Fall Guys Season 2 is the medieval theme and continuation of the now award-winning Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. With that in mind, just about everything I've said in my last review carries over into this relatively quick review. What I'll be focusing on are the new levels of Season 2, the mid-season update, new collaboration skins, the apparent influx of grabbing, and all of the D comments. Firstly, new levels. In Season 2, 4 new levels were introduced at launch: Egg Siege, Hoopsie Legends, Night Fever, and Wall Guys. And later on, a 5th level named Big Fans was included. Egg Siege is a somewhat harder variant of Egg Scramble. The pathway to both the hard-boiled eggs and the baskets where they must be deposited for each team requires a bit more traversing to reach. There's also somewhat less eggs to acquire here, so it might be more cutthroat when the score is relatively even for teams red, blue, and yellow. Make use of the ramps when the drawbridges are up, and try not to get smacked by the axes when you're holding an egg. Hoopsie Legends is a free-for-all version of Hoopsie Daisy, and definitely more cutthroat than its lesser team-based version. In order to qualify, you must score 6 points by jumping through hoops. Each hoop gives you 1 point, and the gold hoop gives you 5 points. You could attempt to go for the gold hoop the moment you see it, but so could 5 other jelly beans. One proper tactic is to not stay in one spot and try to go for the hoops that no one appears to be going for. But if you do manage to jump through a gold hoop early on, then you will most likely finish in record time. Night Fever is a race to the finish that best showcases the medieval themes of Season 2. Axes swinging, drawbridges going up and down, and rotating platforms with conical nubs on them. It's also the introduction of the Thick Bonkus, the older sibling of the Big Yeetus. Wall Guys is another properly medieval new level. There are 4 walls, each one higher than the last, that you must grab and climb over. The blocks scattered about must be moved in such a way that allows you to climb to the end. Or if you're quick and if the blocks are arranged just right, you can breeze to the end without ever touching the ground. Something to note is that the last wall slowly drops if the round is taking too long. Mercy for casuals, or if you're unable to grab and lift yourself up for some reason. Lastly, Big Fans is the latest level of Fall Guys Season 2, and a very good level in my opinion. It's basically Seesaw, but with narrower pathways instead of tottering seesaws that a few months ago gave people headaches. You can wait for these platforms to circle close enough to jump and dive on, or even just walk across the narrow parts between them. Do that right and you'll make quick work of this new level. Take too long, and it's not uncommon for half of the 60 participants to get eliminated. Those are all of the new levels, and the Season 2 mid-season update adds further variants to some existing levels. For the most part, this is adding Big Yeetus hammers to levels like Fruit Shoot, or Thick Bonkus segments to levels like Dizzy Heights. However, the biggest changes are to a couple of arguably mundane levels: Perfect Match and Tiptoe. Tiptoe isn't always over when the penultimate platform is exposed that leads to the goal. Sometimes it's protected by a thick bonkus and will require more than a blind dash to overcome it. And Perfect Match's new variant might very well be one of the biggest about faces in Fall Guys. What was once the quote-unquote worst level is now on par with Slime Climb and how many eliminations it can score before the final round. Hell, it's entirely possible that one bean is left standing in Perfect Deathmatch because of the rub your belly and tap your head actions needed in avoiding the spinning platforms and memorizing the fruits on each tile. And staying on the farthest corners isn't exactly a safety net here either. What about the new collaboration skins? Oh, they're big and significant. If Fall Guys Season 1's biggest collab is with Valve's Portal and Half-Life properties, then Season 2's is probably Untitled Goose Game. And that's only because of the few new skins, and even a honking emote that came with it. Otherwise, you can very much claim that both the Godzilla and Sonic the Hedgehog collab skins are the best collabs that Fall Guys has received. There's just something very appealing about going fast in a round Sonic skin, or carrying the little car with the Godzilla skin. Apparently Fall Guys Jelly Beans can drive cars. It's not all positivity though. I've noticed that there seems to be an influx of grabbing by players, especially in elimination rounds like Rollout and final rounds like Jump Showdown. My personal thoughts on grabbing is that it's something that I'm just too nice to not do, which either helps me or hurts me. Probably hurts me, like being nice in real life. I'm aware that there's a strategy to it, but it still just comes across as a cheap tactic, something that I spend 99% of my time not doing. That's not to say that I won't do it though. I will if I'm given the chance to fulfill some bad karma to the instigator. I guess there's a toxic fanbase growing in Fall Guys, and if I didn't win over 200 matches at the time of this review, then I'd probably be more spiteful about all of the grabbing. Speaking of toxic, don't take a shot every time you see dead game on the official Fall Guys Twitter account. It's gotten so bad for them that some of the developers have even muted that phrase. Is it warranted? Hell no. It's just a misguided analysis of the fact that Among Us is currently one of the most played and live-streamed video games at the moment, and idiots who don't have anything better or more productive things to do on Twitter will spam that to their heart's content. By their logic, every video game is a dead game, just because Minecraft has eclipsed every other video game in sales alone. There are inevitable ups and downs, obviously, to how well a game is doing. Just because Fall Guys appears to have plateaued on Steam doesn't mean that it has on PS4, which is currently the most downloaded PS Plus title ever, because it was free for the first month. It is the more stable version, with next to no hacking and cheating, and until there are genuine matchmaking issues that other games have suffered from when their player base deteriorates, Fall Guys is very much alive and well, despite what very loud and very stupid voices may otherwise say. After all, dead games don't get important collaborations, dead games don't get Godzilla to celebrate his birthday in your turf, dead games don't get updates and patches, merchandise, and dead games don't get people coming back to play. Season 2 might seem underwhelming, but with the lack of a new final round or the amount of recolored skins there are, but I still play it, you probably still play it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of Christmas shenanigans Fall Guys Season 3 will deliver to us. But we can all agree that Royal Fumble can stay dead.